6 years ago, I quit enduro racing. And this weekend, I am finally going to try again. Always feels good to make it through that thing. It's f***ing scary.
The Revolution Enduro at Glorieta is one of my favorite events. It's what enduro is meant to be. There's no shuttles, there's no chairlifts, 4-ish thousand foot climbing day, and the trails are seriously technical and rugged and fast and rocky and fun, and it's just a great weekend.
I just want to have fun and ride my bike and stay out of my own head. What could go wrong?
What about a dissector in the front and a recon in the back and just like cross my fingers so it doesn't flat?
Yeah,
That feels like that would be fast.
it would be fast.
I think I should try dissector DHR tomorrow.
It's a DHR front, dissector rear.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay. Yeah, whatever you were suggesting. I want Mackie to just make this decision for me, but he's making me decide, and then he's like, oh, really?
Oh, are you sure
Are
you want to do that?
Like, legitimately though, should I just put Aspens on? And then I just can't slow down on Jaker, so I'll go fast as
Okay, so DHR front, dissector rear.
Yes. So now will you tell me what you're doing?
That's what I was planning to do.
We realized when we sat down to make this video that we have actually never talked about why we, and specifically me, quit enduro racing. Enduro racing is the discipline that I started with, that I first started racing as a pro, and in the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, I walked away from it. And ironically, that was right about the time when I started being competitive and having better results. But I was just done.
I think that's probably my last DWS race.
Yeah, you're retiring.
But I'm glad that I did this, even though it scared me, and it was fine.
Good.
I feel like I faced some fears, and it was good. But I also just don't know if I want to do it anymore.
This weekend will be my first kind of regional US event since 2018, I believe. So that's a long time, and I think it is worth talking about why I quit. When we've gotten this question over the intervening years, I think I basically just answered with, I stopped having fun, stopped enjoying it. I would say the truth is a lot more complicated than that. I am honestly just now coming to terms with the fact that I really went through a lot of tough situations from 2015 to 2018, and I did not take the time at that point to process those and figure out how I felt about it, and the result was just a lot of resentment and dislike towards enduro, which I felt was responsible for those situations. I came across several accidents, crashes that were very bad, that had life-altering consequences for the people who were involved. I was at a race where someone did actually die, and I also had 4 concussions in 2016 and 17 alone, and for whatever reason just kind of kept going. I'm very, very lucky that none of those resulted in severe consequences. In retrospect, I was doing the best that I could with what I knew at the time. I think now I'm realizing that I was just digging a bigger and bigger and bigger hole. I was sick a lot. I was miserable a lot. An incredible amount of negativity every time I lined up for a race stage. I felt like I was the worst bike rider in the entire field. I felt like nothing I could do would ever be enough. And because of that, I was often riding outside of my limitations because I myself was not enough, right? So I had to go harder and faster, and that resulted in a lot of crashes, in a lot of mechanicals, and a lot of races where it felt like, oh, I was almost right there to getting a good result, and then something happened.
Yeah.
I crashed, tripped a good hole.
Oh no.
And then just like 10 other dumb things happened, and I nearly died in like 3 of the corners.
The reality of racing between 2014 and 2018, enduro racing, was not a super supportive place. And I want to be clear, I have had some amazing friends. There were some wonderful people who we still love dearly, who we met during this time period, but I would say overall, the vibe of these races was incredibly toxic, incredibly high pressure for something that was kind of a silly sport and shouldn't have been that high pressure. That was definitely amplified at the international level with the Enduro World Series events we did. I just found to be incredibly stressful environments. The practice days were awful. Like, the top men would yell and scream at you to get out of their way, even though, you know, the course is open to everybody, but there were definitely a lot of individuals who felt they were owed a clean practice run. I think a lot of that just kind of reinforced this feeling I had that I wasn't good enough, that I did not belong. Basically, a lot of the things that I went through, the accidents that I witnessed, my own personal crashes, they just lodged in my brain and really raised the stakes. And it isn't logical because I ride pretty fast on my cross-country bike with no protection, and obviously bad accidents can happen in cross-country races as well, but I would get to an enduro start line and it just felt like the stakes were really high, like life or death. That is just not a good headspace for racing well, and it's not a good headspace for enjoying yourself.
So, if constantly contemplating your mortality isn't the key to enjoying enduro racing, what is, you ask? Well, obviously, I have no idea, but if I had to take a stab at it, I'd say it starts with lowering those stakes and remembering that this is just a bike race. And what is a bike race? But a bike ride with some timing chips. And what better way to remember that than to get out on the bike and practice with some good friends?
We've made it to Glorieta. Time for day 1 of pre-riding. Gonna meet some friends, have fun. That is an integral part of Sid's return plan to enduro, is having fun with friends.
Just a little guy.
So cute. If we ever retire from bike YouTube, we could do a like a nature channel, you know, like Mackie touches wildlife. Yes, I cleaned it. I stopped and had a breather, holding onto a tree, but my feet didn't touch the ground.
There we go.
Janker. This trail is janky, thus the name.
You ready for janker? We're ready to get janky.
Ready to get janky.
Oh, that face! How are you feeling, Hannah? Oh yeah, we're ready.
This is the nervous
Boom.
Nervous poop brewing.
I'm gonna try section again. Oh, that is pretty nice. Man, I love this trail. I don't. No?
Mackie took a video of me on this the last time we were up here, and it looks so lame. I was like, are you kidding me? Not me trying to get in a lower gear. Woo! Always feels good to make it through that thing. It's scary.
Nice. Nice. Oh yeah, beautiful.
Now I'm finally in a place where I can show up to a race like this. I can race in a way that I know is 100% safe and within my limits, and I can do it in a way that will be fun for me and that will be different than what is fun for a lot of people. I decided before we even went to Glorieta that I would be doing the go-arounds on the chili dog drop and the moon booter on Jagged X. The race weekend is not the time to push your skills. Could I hit these drops? Probably. Do I have a lot of baggage with these specific features from having seen some horrible wrecks? I do. And would it ruin this weekend for me to make it about doing those features? Yes. So I'm not even gonna look at them. I'm going to put no energy into features. I'm just gonna put all my energy into going fast on a bike, which is actually something I'm pretty good at these days. And I'm going to play to my strengths, which is cornering and trail speed and not drops.
We're heading back up now. We are gonna go ride Jagged Axe, probably the best known trail here at Glorieta. It's one that our friend Alex built, and he now has a trail building business named after that trail. Woo-woo! I feel like this perspective gives you a good idea of what this section looks like. And it's just awkward. Man, maybe it is faster to go around. Nice. Yeah.
I guess I'll probably see you guys tomorrow night then.
Cool. Nice ride.
There was a period of time where I really felt that bike racing had been ruined for me. And then I got really, really injured. I was off the bike for a year and a half, and during that time, I felt no interest in ever racing enduro again, but I really, really missed training, and I missed long rides. I really got an opportunity for a fresh start, and not everybody gets that. I'm very, very grateful for that opportunity, and I also found when I started racing cross country, my attitude towards training, towards progress, towards process-oriented goals was completely different. It was night and day. I could put in the work and see the results and get better in a way that I never felt with enduro racing. With enduro, it always felt like I am working so hard, I'm doing so much, and everybody else is getting faster, faster. The XC racing has been really, really process-oriented, and I really found a lot of joy in just doing the best that I can. My mental game has improved a lot. I've grown a lot as a bike racer, and yet, in 2023, when I signed up for a few enduros, when we did Trans Madeira, it kind of all came back. Felt that sense of, I'm not performing well, I suck, I'm the worst, no matter what I do. And the irony of this is actually since quitting enduro, my worst result has been second place, which was at Trans Madeira. So there's been this, evidence to the contrary that like, oh, you actually aren't terrible at this, and yet it hasn't really sunk in. So why am I racing this weekend? Well, a couple of reasons. One, it's just trails that I really enjoy. I have an enduro bike now. I finally built up my RE LaSalle Peak. It sat in a box for over a year, largely due to everything I've been talking about here. But now I've had the chance to ride it a couple times, and it's an incredibly fun bike, and I feel very comfortable on it, and I feel very comfortable on these trails. And I think there's definitely a part of me that doesn't like that I don't feel like I can mentally handle enduro anymore. Also want to be able to go to a race that my friends are doing and have fun and enjoy that with them and not have all of this baggage from the past 10 years. So the goals are a little different this year.
You ready?
I have a helmet. Hello.
I don't know, you're like looking a little exposed.
Look at my knees. My name's Amanda Hamilton. I'm a professional enduro racer. You may not know this about me, but behind camera, I do try to keep it real on the trails. One thing that you need to race enduro is a bike. A really interesting part of my bike is, if you'll notice on the non-drive side, I've actually taken my kickstand off, and this is just to cut weight a little bit and be a little bit more aerodynamic. So pro tip, Sid lives to compliment me as much as possible, and one of the things that she really wanted to compliment me on was how cool my front lugs were.
Yeah.
They fold out, so when I corner, I get more rubber on the ground per square inch.
I think we're ready to race. We have assured ourselves that we're hot, sexy multiple times. What could go wrong?
Nothing. Actually, nothing. I mean, we could crash,
But we're not going to crash. We're going to be
probably gonna win.
calm, collected.
We'll get first and second
Confident.
in no particular order.
Yeah.
I want to hear your goals for today.
I just want to have fun and ride my bike. Stay out of my own head.
And so how are you going to do that at the top of the first stage?
Gonna do some sprints, wake up the legs,
Then, the most important part.
turn on the camera,
Well, that too.
okay? Open my suspension.
And then you're gonna imagine that Joe is.
Oh
30
yeah,
seconds.
right. I'm gonna visualize that I'm catching Joe on the descent, and then I'm on an XC bike. And I don't know why that will make me go faster, but we have determined that it does.
First enduro race of the year. This is the transition to Mega Avalanche preparation. I've gotten a couple of runs on everything. I think 2 laps on everything over the last few days. Bike feels really good. I've been enjoying the live valve Neo suspension. I feel like I'm riding pretty well. My goal is to just be consistent. I'm not gonna push it 110%. I'm gonna like race where I feel in control and smooth and fast. And then we're just gonna see what happens.
We're stressing Amanda out with our chill. See, she mistakenly thought that because we've done a lot of racing, that means we're more prepared, but actually what it means is we're just more relaxed.
Talk to the knees, bro.
It's not 10 a.m. yet, is it?
9:53.
Oh, come on. We have so much time.
Good morning.
Great day out there.
Thanks very much.
Double check. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. Woo!
Working our way up to stage 1 in a line. Woo. Mackey caught up.
On the way up our first climb, climbing up Snack Pack, and they started all the pros at the same time, and we're also like mixed up with other categories that are coming up to do second or third laps. So you can see, got a line behind, we got people up there, all the way over here. So it's a big ol' uphill party train. High five, Hank.
I rolled back down the trail to warm up a little bit. I just personally do not enjoy sitting around waiting to go.
3, 2, 1. Good luck.
diggity.
Hot diggity. Yeah, girl.
All right, it's up now.
Oh my god.
Good luck.
Yeah, brother.
Woo-woo!
Ooh, yeah, a little more slippery. That's all right. Oh man, that was hard. Pedaled hard, pumped the corners pretty well, I think. Overall, clean run.
Stage 1 done. Success. I have no idea if I went fast or not, but that's the problem with Enduro. You don't know till later. You guys ready to climb? You sound ready.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Yes, and go! You okay? Did it.
I did it.
Mo, how was it? That was so sick! Woo! Chili dog down. I rode the go around on the drop really well, and everyone cheered for me.
Yeah!
Yay! Nobody was mean to me. I feel like no matter what with chili dog, there's always at least one section where you just slow down a lot and you're like, why? What happened to all of my speed? And I had one of those. But I got it back going again, so it was fine.
I had a clean chili dog run. Basically hit the lines I meant to. I'm trying to think, like there wasn't really anything noteworthy, which is great. Like I felt fast through some sections. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Now we've got 2 more, then we're done.
We are off stage 3. Oh, and we got.
right, Janker, the steepest, jankeriest one of them all. I think my problem was I never practiced it all the way through at speed. So I think I came into sections faster than I was expecting to. It wasn't quite as clean as it had been in practice.
All right, heading up to Jagged Axe. This is the hard part. Felt pretty good on Janker. It was definitely not in as good of condition as it was yesterday.
No.
And I was definitely a little sloppier.
Final time up the hill climb challenge. Is Sid gonna make it? Yeah, yeah, yeah! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Am I gonna make it? Ran out of gas.
One stage left. How are we all feeling about wind?
Great!
Yay!
Yeah, it's real windy.
It's really windy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sandy. Yeah, yeah! Woo!
So my goals for this weekend are pretty simple. They're within my own control. Just to ride my own race. Just kind of meeting myself where I am and not taking it too seriously because it's an excuse to ride bikes. If it goes well, that doesn't mean I have to race enduro. If it goes badly, it doesn't mean anything. And I don't have to be good at this just because I was good at it 6 years ago. I don't have to be that person anymore. I can just play to the strengths that I have now, which are different, but ultimately maybe better because I'm a lot more consistent and I'm a lot more positive and I'm also a lot more confident in some ways, even though I will be going around some things that I have hit before. I'm just a lot more confident in my execution.
Come on, self-actualize. Not the line. Not my best work.
Come on, Mackie. All right.
Okay, windy recap here. Finished Jagged Axe. We decided to come back to our campsite because we both are in desperate need of chapstick.
I really had a good day out there. Like, I feel like I raced well. I feel like I hit my lines pretty well.
I had a great day. It was fun. I think it both confirmed that like I can ride well in enduro and that this is not really like the sport that I want to pursue. I just like a lot of things about cross-country racing, to be honest.
You know, I don't know what the result will be. There's a lot of really fast guys here, but I think I rode to my, like, race potential.
Jagged Axe was a bit sloppy, but like up until that, I do feel like I self-actualized for the most part.
Really enjoyed chatting with the other pro guys, like, bunch of really cool, nice, friendly people.
Really, really enjoyed all of the other women who are out here today. Like, just really, really fun crowd. Everyone is so nice and so supportive and like taking care of each other. I don't know, it was just like a really good crew.
Overall, it just felt very consistent, and that's my goal, because for a race like Mega Avalanche that's 40 something minutes long, consistency is key.
That is my recap.
Ultimately, this weekend was healing in a lot of ways. Good vibes, great friends, fantastic trails, and a reminder that enduro racing doesn't have to involve taking unnecessary risks, crashing, or general chaos. It turns out both Mackie and I can race well within our limits and still come out, well, not precisely on top, but pretty darn close.
In second place, let's hear it for Sid Schultz.
Woo! Time to move on. I know there's much at stake. Memory for all time to say.
Some young talent and some veteran talent. This is awesome. In third place, let's hear it for Mackie Franklin.
Woo! Chasing dreams that never last. Behind it, you are more than that. All that we got left is solid ground.
Climbed almost 4,000 feet. I have to go find another 50 feet somewhere. I hate baggy shorts. I hate knee pads. I hate pants. Hate the dress code for enduro.
I mean, we could crash, but I could just like imagine that the dirt really wanted to just get to know us better, so I would take that as a compliment.
We need enduro bingo. Sid forgets to open shock for a stage. Sid forgets to start camera for a stage. Amanda finishes the stage and says, "Easy money, bro."